Is it really the cat's meow or a feast of death?
Marijuana is an intoxicating, mind-muddling drug.
Says the government, they love it when they catch you puffing it, making money from it even though they're funding it. And how come a cigarette has never had a punishment? We die from the alcohol but they don't hear none of it. Consider this, I smoke weed every day, but I had a drink before I smoked, so what's a gateway? I also decided to put tobacco in my lungs. That was way before I started twisting up them blunts. But now I don't drink and I don't touch cigarettes. We was legal way before both, so who's a hypocrite?
Nimbin Star.
Got caught, now would he ever make president? I elevate awareness for the youth who wanna know the truth. It's never claimed a life or cause cancer, and that's proof. Let's take time to give props to
used by prophecies.
We need to make a difference, you should come and take a glimpse. We can sell hemp everything but can't create the hemp. It doesn't make sense, they would rather play hangman. But when it comes to weed and hemp, it's not the same plant. So we decided to give the work to Canadians. It's like the US is ran by a bunch of crazy men. Kids can get weed quicker than a pack of squares, but the weed man could also have a bag of crackers spare.
Michael Balderstone. Here we are again. Tony Mulloway. What do you got to say to the world? Legal cannabis?
I'll do good medicine in it.
Alright, thanks Michael.
You know Salty? You met Salty?
How are you, Salty? I think I saw you here 5 years ago.
475,000 of our peers have become hopelessly addicted to marijuana. So the next time one of your pals tells you that marijuana is out of sight, just say, "No thanks, Skeeter. I'm okay the way I am."
If the brain's made for thinking and the weed stimulates the brain, imitate my pain, cause I can't figure out what you're trying to explain. It sounds like a game, it sounds like if I was high then I couldn't write this, and that's insane. Cause I'm high right now, high as a plane. I'll make a change, like Obama promised us before he got elected. I feel obligated to give you the truth accepted. You're allowed to smoke a cigarette and die from it, but you're not allowed to smoke.
So you and Mike are going to walk through with me now as to what you want to finalise.
Screw it all time. Camping, I really.
Never claimed a life or cause cancer, and that's proof.
What do you want to do? Go people! Woohoo! God, you're amazing.
Don't go down to Nimbin town. They're smoking reefer down there. I reckon I'm going down to Nimbin town. Maybe they got a reefer to spare.
Cannabis has never been made illegal for medical use. It's still legal to go through the TGA and get. We've been importing since the 80s.
But they don't give good cannabis, I've heard.
Well, they give you different medicines that they import from drug companies. They just support drug companies. The TGA and the therapeutic goods is set up to support.
So it's not natural cannabis you're getting synthetic drugs.
Synthetic drugs, yeah. And it costs you an arm and a leg. People on pension, stuff like that, they've got to go and sell their house to get it. And some people up $600 a month. And if you're dying and need it.
When you can grow your own cannabis, or it can be legal, regulated, like you're saying.
People need a certain plant, a certain medicines. We need to know what's wrong with them.
Yeah, sore legs, sore joints, headache, whatever, anxiety,
yeah. Different medicine, and that's what fixes it. We need that regulated system where them people are getting that regulated stuff. If they need to smoke it, or they want to vaporise it, that's their choice.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to enjoy it. Amazing artwork.
Jack Black, Johnny Depp, Dave Chappelle. Even President Obama admits that he inhaled. Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, can't forget Michael Phelps. I ain't just grabbing random names off the shelf. Harrison Ford, Jeff Bridges, be real. Matthew McConaughey smokes weed still. Dennis Hopper, Sean Penn, Paul McCartney, Seth Rogen, and we all know Bob Marley, Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson, and Joe Rogan. Ron Paul, legalize it is a slogan. Woody Harrelson, Bill Murray, Tommy Chong, Stephen King, and I believe it goes on. I elevate awareness for the people who wanna know the truth. It's never claimed a life or cause cancer, and that's proof. Let's take time to give props to
Used by prophecies.
Nice to meet you, Tracy. They're looking good. Festival of Magic. Hey! bonsai.
And I have to ring Bill McKenzie because there's something about rolling joints on bums like that.
From Lisa,
Good buddy,
Mama
George,
Kind, your legend. Thanks for this.
Thanks for coming over here. She has. Bring out your bit of paper. Have you got that here? No.
Oh, my license.
I want Salty to scan it. Can we do that now?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's allowed to carry 300 grams.
300.
Oh, this is nothing. I know people with, so mine's 10 grams a day. I know people with 40 gram a day licenses. There was a court case that recently changed this in sex. Well, I was like 14 and... Are you talking about writing or what are you talking about?
Whatever you want to talk about. So, yeah, and you were
watching the channels
smoking.
That would scramble on my parents' TV whenever they were there out late. Jenna, did you have this down here? There's like the sexy channels, but they would be like snow, and you can kind of like make something out. You can kind of hear them, but you forget it if you didn't have this. Well, you know what's funny though? I didn't get high until I was 18. I smoked weed a couple times, but it didn't really do anything for me until later. So as far as putting sex and weed together, it wasn't until I figured out I should start going out with dealers if I'm going to smoke that much weed. And then that's when I integrated. That's when I went, aha. Integrate.
420 pounds.
You have to stop to the photo though.
Go Lola, go Lola, go Lola.
I'm addicted to the taste of that super lemon haze. That hash plant got me dazed, don't even know my name. We mixed a salad bowl, it consists of 7 strains. And a plate of concentrates, and that bubble hash tastes great. Now go and heat the vape, got some green, it's called grape babe. If you feel you can relate, throw your blunts up and just wave. I've been high as fuck for days, and never will I change. I'll always stay this way, do it for the love of Mary Jane. I'm so high, I'm never coming down. I'm so high.
Hey Elspeth, this is great. Have you organised all this?
What, the museum?
Yeah.
No, it's Michael's dream from when he was travelling in Nepal as a young hippie. And he started the museum because he wanted to show the attitude of Nimbin, and it was hard to sort of visit people on communes because of all the huge crops.
Amazing.
So he brought it all here so everyone could do it. And it follows the path, the rainbow serpent, through the history of this spot, where the rainbow serpent rises in the Bunjalung Nation. And then after all those millions of years, you've got the pioneers arrive. And then if you follow the serpent that way, it's a path and it will take you through the hippie movement here when it started, the Aquarius Festival.
Wow.
The forest walk, the sacred cave, into the Cutter-Sin Cafe, into the hemp room and out here.
Wow.
By then you're ready for reality.
I'm never coming down. I'm so high. I'm never coming down. I'm so high. I'm never coming down. I'm so high. I'm never coming down. And I'm gone. And I'm high. You can find me in the clouds. And I'm gone. And I'm high. You can find me in the clouds. Yeah. Blue cheese, sour D, and some OG. So free in the sky, feeling holy. Looking down like OGs, not thinking about the police. Don't pass me that blunt, cause I might just smoke the whole thing. Undefined, we all about our trees, man. Round here, it's always weed season. Chiefin', put it in the grinder, then we keepin'. Get so high, we start singing. I'm so high, I'm never coming down. 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 And I'm gone, and I'm high. You can find me in the clouds. And I'm gone, and I'm high. You can find me in the clouds.
I'll have to put a sign up, tell them where to go.
Look at your beautiful museum. I was in there the whole time.
It's good, isn't
just
it?
now.
It's a trip, eh?
Marvellous.
Yeah, good on you. Take it down. Do you want a couple for you to come out? Yeah.
I'll do the
Slightly take you around. You pull me in, not drag me in. and I'm gonna
what's the way? I
just
see
take.
that too.
Yeah. I was here in 2007 and it's really developed. There's more artwork. It's so much more beautiful and a lot of work's been put into this whole town.
Do you want to come in for the embassy? Do you remember the
So
embassy?
how long have you been here?
Oh, about 6 years.
6 years. So you were here in 2007.
Yeah.
So you know it's progressed so
how
much.
it's changed over the time. It's definitely when I was coming here for 10 years. Before that, every end of the year holidays. So like you've seen even more change over that time. But come into the Hemp Embassy, guys. Come say hello to Star.
No more sleeps. No more sleeps. No more sleeps.
The big joint.
Let's have it, Star.
Hey!
Ooh!
This is by the polite shirt for the Mardi Grass. Yay!
When you see a couple of blokes touching this long inflatable thing so gently.
It's scary, Sam. Mad Frenchling.
I am honoured to be sitting next to a very strong woman who just got off methadone.
Oh, thank you.
You're amazing.
Oh.
And you're just having cannabis, which cannabis is the best medicine on earth. It's the herb, the medicine which helps you get off all hard drugs. Cannabis helps dementia, Alzheimer's, depression, and so many. That's right. No.
It's a poison. I think the big ones you helped me with those the other day, they're good ones for the fence.
You're amazing.
Welcome to Mardi Grass.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and honour.
And I see you're a polite person, that's always. Look at her, we've got whales at all.
So this is the kitchen where it all happens.
Ollies, we love them.
C'est le plus facile, les trucs à dire.
New Zealand has a lot of cannabis.
Alright, sure does.
Good cannabis.
Oh yeah, the best.
The leaves grow large here because there's lots of sun.
My passion? Well, I've got more than one, but I guess my main one this weekend is cannabis law reform, which I am very passionate about.
We're at the back of the Hemp Embassy. It's about an hour before the start, 4:20 kick-off Mardi Grass on Friday. We're here with Keith and Jane Lovejoy, propaganda spin doctor for the Hemp Party and the Hemp Embassy. How's it going, Jamie?
Thank you, Guna. That's a big mouthful. Really, the propaganda guru? Yes, I am. I made posters. It was a natural progression. Political content on the posters. You live in Nimbin, there's Mardi Grass, put two and two together. That's why I ended up here at the Nimbin HEMP Embassy, hempembassy.net. Well, I guess it's more than passion, it's concern for injustice of the cannabis prohibition. The evidence they have to support their case for prohibition doesn't appeal to my logical brain. There's evidence that they keep coming up with has no basis. Propaganda has been used to influence people's mind into thinking cannabis is bad or evil. Most of us who consume cannabis as a matter of choice know that it is a substance that invokes passion. I have passion for cannabis, but not passion for cannabis law reform. It's a job. And you're committed to working to see it to the end, to see the law change. Mardi Grass is a great opportunity for us like-minded people to get together and design methods to get the message across. California influence is pretty strong. The media hype they have, the social networks, YouTube and Facebook, have been good for politics all around the world. Getting a message out quickly to millions of people, the way we utilise it, hopefully achieves the same result. It's not harming anyone. It should be up to an individual to decide how much they consume. And of course the network of friends around experience know how to consume cannabis safely.
We've got a thing. We got a thing. Oh.
So they invited to the Tuggo drug war game.
They
It's been
came last year
organised.
for the first time. You can find it on YouTube. Just dial up Mardi Grass Tuggo drug war, and you'll find that the polite squad was able to win twice because they had unsuitable clothing for participating in the drug war.
And they didn't have Popeye spinach, cannabis.
And they don't believe in Jesus weed. They need converting. I feel sorry for them most of the time. What they're doing must play on their conscience.
Most police are young and they don't know the truth.
Ignorance isn't an excuse.
No, but they're made to
Police need
follow
to
the
learn.
law and they follow it not knowing what they're doing.
They're being led astray by bad policy that they can't maintain. There's more cannabis around now than there was when they started. It's pretty pathetic.
There's a lot that haven't.
We mightn't have got very far in legalisation, but sure, the police have got nowhere when it's come to stopping cannabis. All they've done is maintain the high price and made it attractive for the criminal element to profit from. That's the case all around the world. Drugs and bullets are where the money is.
I got one, Joy.
We got that, John.
I got another one.
However, well, let's do it.
Where's that one?
Let's do it.
I got one.
You got one?
Okay, 420! Woo!
Oh my God, your image is
Hey, welcome to Mardi Grass. We've got all sorts of people coming from overseas, but none more special than Mama Kane here. She has a Canadian Compassion Club license. She can carry 300 grams at a time. Bring it out, Lisa. We're not in Australia, unfortunately, but here it is. Look, she's got the paper, not the 300 grams.
Thank you so much, everybody, for having me. The power of what you're doing here brought me from the other side of the planet, and this is a long time coming, a couple of years at least, in me getting here, but that's how powerful this gathering is. And so I can't thank you enough for having me here. I can't thank you enough for honoring me by letting me march beside you in protest, in celebration. We'll send our energies out and educate the world and make a change. Right on, Mardi Grass!
Okay, everybody, thanks for participating in today's 420. Remember, there'll be a 4:20 a.m. here tomorrow in the morning. I'll see everybody here for another repeat.
We're going to open up the Mardi Grass Festival for you here today. This first song and dance that we're going to do for you fellas is a welcome song and dance which is called Julubariba. And Julubariba means the people of the sand and sea. And we sing this song to welcome in all the good spirits of everyone's ancestors and also to welcome everyone here to this dancing ground. In our language for welcome we say Yura! Yura! Yura!
Taylor, you're gorgeous.
Everyone needs to know how much fun we have at Mardi Grass.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty fun. We're all in lines of 3 and we just march up and like the object is to just make sure you are staying with the person in front of you.
I've got Jesus.
Have skunks in the UK?
That's just what they call like chronic. I've heard they're pretty bad, and it gets in your clothing.
They do, but it's a very distinctive smell.
Is it like Jesus?
I don't know if it's that skunky. Have you ever had a strain called Godbud? Godbud is pretty skunky. Skunk, as in the strain skunk number 1, for example, smells nothing like a skunk.
But it
beautiful.
So this is a story about you.
It's an article about me because my book came.
Oh,
normally
amazing.
they wouldn't write it. We wouldn't have articles about
the editor at large. That's where it all started.
The book is a compilation of this stuff.
You want to be part of this?
Asha, nice to meet you. Thanks for the music.
Very happy to see you. We're all making peace with it. So, but it's just boring and dull. It needs colour and action.
Yes.
Alright? Thank you. Because under the moon we'll get a bit of an idea where it'll be like tomorrow night.
Well, if we just put like the equipment underneath, the only real hassle is the drum kit. If it starts raining, I can pick it up.
The only violence that was caused in 2007 was from alcohol, I heard.
Happy 420 Mardi Grass!
Violence at the pub. Like always.
Okay, no, I just want. If it isn't all of pain, let it go. And if the sun comes up tomorrow, let it be.
What happened back in 2000, we actually got a license to grow drug cannabis as the beginning of a medical cannabis experiment. And the idea was we were cooperating with Southern Cross University to make tinctures and do stability testing and shelf testing and things like that. Bob Carr had promised a compassionate cannabis scheme, and that's what we were working towards. Unfortunately, after 1 year of it running, they shut it all down. I didn't accept that, and I went on Catalyst and ABC and demonstrated that a tincture of cannabis was already manufactured and already there, and that started a series of problems with the medical board. I'm actually in court again on Tuesday disputing the findings, but you don't really expect much justice in this legal system, but you don't not fight for that reason either. I think it was 2006 up the Hunter Valley for my plantation, and the cops turned up, all 30 of them, and pulled up and counted each individual plant and tied them into bundles. There was 48,500 of them. Currently what we've done, because medical cannabis seems a little way away at the moment, is concentrated on the industrial uses of hemp, specifically building with hempcrete and hemp seed as a food. So we're developing those industrial uses, and we still haven't taken our eye off the long term of law reform and medical cannabis. Things have actually, in the last year, they've moved from just talking to actually just doing now. The industrial plantations are increasing. The benefits of industrial hemp as a crop are really going to see it through because the farmers are quite interested in the way it's working.
You're going to miss out.
Happy Mardi Grass!
Happy tug-o-drug war with the police.
Go the police!
The last trees are dying, and only when the last river stops flowing, maybe then politicians will realize no matter how you cook it, baked, boiled or fried, We can't eat money. Government say don't worry, we can fix it with money.
Going now. I'm going very well, and a very beautiful good afternoon to all Hemp Olympians and Hemp Olympian viewers. We're going to have the Tug O Peace. Police haven't shown up yet, but we're just ringing through that there's some drugs down here and they should all turn up. If you see any drugs, just hand them to the police. Just say, here you go officer, this is what you're looking for, and then they can go home.
Because the police are spending just over $1 million coming to Nimbin to find drugs, and Alan and I said to them, I said, give us $50, we'll find drugs, no problem. Our first event is the bomb throw and yell. First up, we have an Australian contender, Tommy from Frankston. Where are you, Tommy?
Skate bike!
Oh, I'm sorry, Max, that's a big fat zero.
Oh!
Whoa, whoa! Whoa! Gary the plumber.
Bush medicine!
What are you here for, mate?
Smoke weed every day!
Oh! Massa, where are you from?
Japan.
I want you to put it in the bin.
Okay.
Massa! Massa!
Hey!
Okay, Shane, you know the story? Put the bong in there, and I'll tell you what, if you don't do it, I'm going to hit you. Yell, yell, yell! He said in. Does in qualify as a yell?
Are you going to argue with them? I'm not.
Yeah, that's it. She's from somewhere, like. Yeah.
Slip in amongst the humans.
Really?
So a little look to your side, look to the side. Make sure you know the person sitting next to you.
We'd love to do the tug of peace. Those of you here last year would have seen that the tug of peace was between the polite force and the police. Wonderful event, creating harmony, but they're not here. The polite force have turned up. So if the police don't come within the next little while, it will be a win to the polite force by default.
And for those who were here last year, the police turned up in force and against the polite team thought, haha, no worries, and got beaten. Just dragged straight across like that. So they lined up for a second go, deadly serious this time, and they still couldn't beat them. And maybe they're just embarrassed.
Please put it away for us.
Yeah!
Zara, I have a lot of confidence in you because I'm going to stand right here and I want to see it actually go in.
Let's get stoned!
Bravo! Okay, Kim, you know what to do. Come on, you're the last lady bomb chucker of the day. I want to see it happen.
Woo-hoo! Tug O Peace.
They're like polite life.
Yeah, that's right. O Peace Force. Here come the police. Give them a round of applause. Good afternoon. G'day, Dave. I'm Alan. Tell us about the team you've assembled here, Dave.
We're a group of drug professionals who've been training for months.
You guys, you travel the country tugging the rope of peace with the hippies all around the country?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, we love taking
Another 5, 6, 7. Looking for another 3 politers.
Get another 30, mate. These guys are very big.
Best out of 3.
Officers, come forward, please. Let's get you closer to this. You know this is a hemp rope, don't you, guys?
Everyone, you can see a red marker here, and you get behind the red marker, otherwise you're illegal.
He's not saying 1, 2, 3, go. Come on.
Hey. They get all excited, don't they? Let go a little bit this way towards the police. Stop. That's 1 to the police, best out of 3. The deciding pool now could be 1, 2, 3, pull!
And away they go, and they are really working
Well, gentlemen, what an effort. I bet you're feeling very, very proud. Let's see the team shake hands. 2 out of 3. In 2012, it is the police force.
Now, if I can see the captain of the police team, Dave, where are you, Dave? You get to get the cannabis incense as the prize. If you could just light that up wherever you go. Your Jungle Patrol t-shirt, and thank you very much, David. Well won. Good on you. Have a good Mardi Gras.
Big round of applause for the police force. Thanks, Dave.
And for the polite force. Round the bin, round the bin. There we go.
Pick up.
Okay, drop it through there. Don't spill any. Get through that tunnel. Come on, Zara. Come on, and your time. Go! Oh!
1 minute 21 seconds.
Come on, mate. Let's see it happen, mate.
He's going to be in a minute, I can tell. Look at
He's coming. Here he comes back. Look at that. Cool. You're nearly there.
mate.
Yeah.
Give him a cheer, folks. That was a run of 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Légalisons le cannabis. Légalisez le cannabis.
Legalisiert Cannabis.
Woo!
Yeah.
At the end of the combi convoy, everyone was, we're going to do 500 joints at once. At the end of the combi convoy, so stick it in where you got to plug it.
Anyway, the coffee was all out. It should be rolled in about 20 minutes from now.
He's the first entry. He's the first in. He has to prove it works. That's critical. Look at that, I like. Going around his own rubbish.
I've got one.
Is it ready? Here we go. I'll give him the weed. Come out here, sir. Here's our first entry. I think he's beaten Kelly. Now he's going to tell us how he did it.
Use an earring, pop the can. There it is.
Here's the can. He's got an earring. He popped the can. He's got to prove it works. Little dent in the can. A few holes. He's a lady! That's the world record! What a legend! Oh, we've got another entry. Get the weight in.
And you can throw that away too.
Where do I like it?
Disposable as well, that box. Recyclable.
Got it all. Now he's got to eat it. Plastic bag and a bit of paper.
Oh, let me see that. Plastic. Still plastic.
I didn't see the stuff.
The bad man has found his home. Okay, now everybody, I want you to practice your coffee sharing on this topic. This is our topic. Everybody here, this is test. Test 1, 2. The windows on fire. Nothing bright. Everything works.
What is that? Quebec, not even a Volkswagen. Here's the colours of the rainbow. I'm not counting this white modern thing. If you don't count. It's in the bar and bay, I think. 38, 49 was beautiful. Camouflage lips like that. Should actually earn.
cop shop. We're all going to gather outside the cop shop at 2:30. We're going to lay a wreath for all the victims of Prohibition, all the suffering of this stupid bloody war. We need the cops to back us in ending this bullshit. Thank you all for coming. Now don't dare miss tomorrow the big rally for law reform. 2:30 up at the cop shop. Thank you.
Hey Bob, you want to sit in on this one? Ladies and gentlemen, Bob the joint builder. On your marks, roll! And away they go, folks. So easy. Interesting style. Here goes, There's two. There's Jimbumba. We have our three. So it was 1 minute and 1 second. Now we'll have another round. On your marks, get set, roll. Yeah, folks. 1 minute. We'll see. It's because it's a full moon. It's affecting the joint rolling a little bit. Amy. Oh, we got stand up, Amy.
Keep rolling, the rest of you. Keep rolling.
That's one.
Here we go. There's number
That's
two.
number two. You're done. Stand up. Stand up. Up and go.
Who came first? Is Jimbumba or a run?
It looked like a tie to me. Now let's just judge the two joints. There's this. Or there's that. 1 minute 18. Our first conditions for joint rolling. Contestants, your time starts now.
Go, 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 go.
Here's the papers. There we go.
What's going on up here? What's in your handbag? Let's have a look. Oh, there's drugs in here. Look, wait, there's drugs in here. What are you doing? Wait, wait, wait.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. That's okay. That young Sal. Sal. No. Yes or no? All those who say yes, say yes. All those who say no, say no. It's out, Sal. There we go. Congratulations. The finals tomorrow.
Work in progress. You can see this. This is it's a man.
3, 2, 1. Join.
So what we're going to do here is I want you to clap for the person. That's good. The joint wielders, missile. From Francis. 1, 2, 3. We're coming up to the glamour event. The event you've all been waiting for. The one that just goes. It is the speed roll. Bob, please. Anytime you're ready, mate. Just wait up. Just move over a little bit. This is just dumb speed. Well, not dumb. I mean, not dumb. No, this is like focus. Your time starts now, and off they go.
And away they go. Oh, that's 3 seconds and no one's completed it yet. Well, they're very slow today. He's looking pretty good, though. No one's up yet.
We're looking.
Sal's working fast. Hang on, it's... Oh, keep going, keep going. Keep rolling, keep rolling. We're looking at this. The Sal's up.
Bob the joint builder, Matthew, the ex-champion from France, and young Sal from Nimbin will be in the finals.
Bob rolled that joint in a slack time of 25.4 seconds.
Will you marry me?
Don't
each other, simply and plainly. Everything from advertising to marriage to war to suburbia to prison to poverty to the way we construct ourselves and each other relies on a grinding fault line. We are the instruments of power in the orchestra of control. It's easier to turn on the TV until the TV turns on us. Love is the only being that can slay the dragon with 11 heads. Love is the dragon, and only it can lay down its 100 arms. So I will love you, even though I can't know you. And I will love you even if you don't know how to, because if I love you, then at least there is a starting point, and maybe if we can all derange our senses enough, just for a moment, to lose our names and find each other. So I will love you until the war ends, and I will love you until all the words have been erased, and we are finally and undeniably free.
Arresting means you're under the authority of the police. You are subject to their direction. It doesn't necessarily mean you're in the police station in the cell, but you might be standing under arrest, as it were, for some minutes. Then they might release you from that arrest.
The object is to make just day-to-day life for the cannabis user difficult. When you get to the police station, you might be put in a dock, just sort of a little holding pen. The process that happens is, in most cases, you'll be sat down in a formal interview situation, and the policeman will take from you what is called a statement of interview. Any information, it is optional. In any rational world, drugs, of course, shouldn't be an issue. I apologise, it is.
Smoke weed! Got a huge head. I'm the big bud. Be yourself, mate. Be the bong centre.
Freedom! Where's the weed?
Whoa, look out behind! Newcastle, remember? Let it go when you throw. The German team not doing so well this time, though they were having a hell of a time in the street last night.
It takes people putting themselves on the line for what they believe in to make a change.
We're really part of the majority who know that there needs to be change, and we're just helping it happen. You know, it's going to happen.
I'm trying to prompt the parliamentary group to become active again. The federal group is really good. It's important to get an umbrella organisation to say, this has to change. We don't need to actually continue to criminalise behaviour which is non-toxic to the largest extent.
Australia 21, all these amazing reports where the population and the experts in the field really are for drug law reform, and yet the top level of government doesn't seem to be responding. But there is something we can do, and it's not support these corporations that control so much of the government, who are only bent on profit and don't have the community's interest at heart, whether that's to do with drug law reform or alternate power sources or newspaper, good food, good medicine, all of these wider issues that are all part of the same, in my view, degeneration of our society.
And I've had a lot to do with the cops the last few weeks, and really, more than anything, we reckon we're not going to change the laws without their support. We need their support. We need them to stand up. And when the big report came out last month, Mr. Scipione, the police minister, his only statement, one pill can kill. It was very disappointing. The whole report said, time to end the drug war. So we're going to have a minute's silence, and Lucky is laying a wreath in front of the police station. This is for the victims of prohibition, and including the police. The police have suffered lots of casualties, as much as we have. We need their support. We've all had friends who've died, been irretrievably hurt. We'll just sit and think about them for 1 minute.
garden, you know. I smoke for free, because
Lucky
no,
you.
beg your pardons.
Let's hope it's legal.
I
so
grow
we
it in
can
my
all-
garden.
Yeah, grow.
And I have a lot more fun than you.
We'll beat the law all together. Grow, everyone, grow.
End the war on drugs! End the war on the people of
every day. Mayan Go Nai, Gio Nai, Nanang and Banang. We are all brothers and sisters that walk upon the sacred land called Nalinga Jagun. Mayanga Banjalanga, Bayranga, Didamanga, Baygaringa Jagun. We are true people of this forest. We are caretakers of this country. Mayanga Yalganga, as the sun will shine every day, it will show us light to that forest. Mayanga Gimanginga, Gionga, Didamanga. So is the moon, give us the light of night to show us the way to the forest. Ngayon nga, bugol ngayon. Jingiwala. Hello and welcome.
Something terrible, if I can say it. I don't know if I can say it. 50% of our young kids in jail are Aboriginal, mate. I am totally ashamed of that. It just is appalling. Thank you so much for coming, all of you. Is this a show? We want to end the drug war? How stupid is it? We are not criminals. On the 3rd of April, the Australia 21 report came out. I think they'd been coming to Mardi Grass for 10 years because they said everything we've been saying. The war is stupid and doing a lot more harm than good. One of the absolute gems of the Nimbin community. Mrs. Faysher.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for the wonderful welcome. Thank you all very, very much for coming. We love our village and I know you must love it too or you wouldn't come back as often as you do. Many years ago, a very dear friend of mine, Dr. Winifred Mitchell, whom some of you may remember, and myself led the parade to make the point that it's not just young people who were against the drug laws, it was also the grandmothers. We carried a placard which said, Grandma says drug law reform must happen now. Now, unfortunately, it hasn't happened as we would have wished. Unfortunately, my dear friend has died. I am now a great-grandmother of 7, and I say that drug law must happen now to save my great-grandchildren, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Keep up the work to reform the drug laws. It is not right that so many of our young people have a criminal record just because they like to enjoy a smoke. Thank you all for coming.
We might be legal next year. Won't that be a Mardi Grass? Happy High Herbs have been great supporters of Mardi Grass this year. Nell from the local shop's a treasure. She has been with her secret judges looking at which is going to win which prize. Here's Nell.
Thanks, Michael. I feel very honoured to be here amongst these amazing people here, and I'd like to say a big thank you to Michael and all the amazing people that have put this together. We're at Happy High Herbs really want to support the activists and the artists in this community, because without the people who stand up, without the people who say, we want change now, then change isn't going to happen. And so we want to respect and to support all the activists, all the artists within this community, and we've been working very hard at Happy High Herbs all weekend. I'm sure many of you have been into the shop. I'd like to thank the amazing staff for their great work over this weekend, because it's their work that's put the money towards this award. I'm actually going to award a special prize to a woman that I saw in the crowd. She had a very simple, but I think it's actually a very important message on the back of her shirt. And I'm going to award this the best slogan. It said, "It was me. I did it. I grew all the plants. Your mother." We've got to respect the mother. The notion of illegal plants is ridiculous. You may as well make an apple illegal. The third prize, which is a voucher for $100 worth of Happy High Herbs, goes to two fantastic artists that have been visiting this community for some time. They're called Legless. It's Legless here, is Peace here, a great artistic merit here for two great puppets. So a representative from those teams. And the first prize, hands down, Ganja Fairies, we love you.
Come all the way from Canada. Lisa Kirkman,
You know what?
as Mama Khan.
It doesn't even matter. If you don't consume cannabis, prohibition still affects you. Every single person that they put in jail, guess what, taxpayers? You're paying for that. I think your system works kind of like ours, so the taxpayer's paying for that, no? Every time you put someone in jail, every time you arrest them, every time you have to go to court for them, every time you take children away from their parents and stick them into foster care, we're all paying for that. And we're not just paying for that with money, we're paying for that in horrible karmic loads. We're paying for that as humanity, as a whole planet. Oppressing this plant has done absolutely nothing positive for us, in no way. And for a plant that has such an enormous benefit, I can't really think of many downsides to it. And yet, how many people have died because of the drug war? My son was taken away from me when he went to go visit the US on a vacation. I'm not American, my son is Canadian as well, not American. And it was a weird thing that he was taken, but I'll tell you, he was kept because the judge said, "You're a marijuana activist, and you write about pot, and you write about sex, and therefore you're a deviant, and therefore you cannot be a good parent. You cannot be a good human being. We are going to take this child away from you and give him to somebody else." And so I fought for 2 years. 2 years I fought to get my child back, to prove that I am a good parent. And you know what the proof of that is? Because I'm standing here now and I'm fighting for my children and their children and their children's children. And hopefully that won't even be an issue later on, because we will be coming back here over and over again. I'll be coming back with my kids here to Nimbin to celebrate, not to protest, not to get angry, but just to share in the joy of being together and enjoying this amazing plant. I don't think that anyone has the right to tell any consenting adult what they have the right to do with their bodies, what they have the right to put in their mouths, whether it's a joint, whether it's kissing somebody of the same sex, whether it's words of dissent.
nobody has the right to tell you that you're not allowed to have those there. So open those mouths when there's not a nice lip in it. Raise your voices with me, raise your fists with me, and tell the powers that be that we will not stand for this anymore. No one else should die. No one else should be going to jail. We are the power. We are the future. The plant is us. Love human beings, love the plant, and the war on drugs. I love you all. Thank you so much for having me here.
The police didn't collect their prize for winning the hemp rope tug of war. I'd like a policeman to come down and collect that prize, their cannabis cup. They did cheat. I didn't mind they cheated. They need to win sometime. We had our 10 best here at midday. That's on the program. They turn up at 1 o'clock. We had to use kids and, dare I say it, some women. They were good. Where's the copper to collect the prize, please? Come on, you guys. Operation Taxi! Come on now! We have these great Mardi Grass meetings. We smoke so many joints. After that many joints, you can't fill out forms. We needed help badly. An honours law student from Southern Cross Uni stepped in and wrote 248 pages of absolute dribble, but we passed. So we're going to present Jim Moylan with the first Mardi Grass Legends Award.
This is pretty bloody good. Why do I use cannabis? Why do you use cannabis? I love it! We use cannabis because we are human beings. Ever since human beings have been human, we have used the herb. It has provided cloth, shelter, warmth, medicine. It has been with us for as long as civilization has been with us. There are digs in the Middle East which show that it was there in wattle and daub 4,000 years ago, in cloth 4,000 years ago, and no doubt after a hard day in the fields, in a bit of chuff 4,000 years ago. It's only in our modern mad age have we decided to take nature's gift to us and make it illegal. Why? Madness. Look around you. Can you see any criminals? We are nature's children. We follow in the human path. Mardi Grass is 20 years old. We all pray every year that next year the coppers will join us in sitting down and smoking a bit of chalk. The Lismore City Council can join us. On this day, we're celebrating, coming together for a cause. We must end the madness that is the war on drugs. Even as I speak, someone in Australia is a victim for smoking nature's gift. This is shameful. The reason this law is so difficult to change is people won't stand up in public. You people will. Congratulations.
In my understanding, the word good and the word God both come from Gad, to gather, just what we're doing here. And the reason I smoke Yandi is simply to feel good. I got another mate I love smoking Yandi with, and he grows the best in the country, and no one has done more to get medical cannabis on the agenda than Tony Bauer, Mulloway Medical Cannabis.
Thanks a lot everybody for being here. It's been great. Good Mardi Grass. I just do medical cannabis for sick people, and you know, a lot of yous to me, are fine. You wouldn't be able to get my cannabis. It's good that everybody's having a go, and you know, we're in court in another few weeks, and hopefully we're going to get this sorted out in law. Thanks a lot for being here.
He would love the support. He grew a medical cannabis crop. He labelled every plant with a patient's name. He was totally open about it, told all the government departments what he was doing. They waited till the week before it was ready to pick before they picked it. It's a bit suspicious,
We need to support hemp.
We need to have a presence at the next election. We all need to start expressing the fact that we are normal. What you've done coming here is absolutely fantastic, but it doesn't stop here. Every week, write off a letter to your local politician, to the local paper. We need to get back on the offensive. We're close. Look at what's happening worldwide.
He's right. Without convincing the politicians, we're going nowhere. Everyone can ring their local police, say, you want an appointment? Take your mates, tell them you won't smoke weed. You want to come and talk to them about it. How prohibition's affecting your life. They use the system. They have to give you an appointment. I've had hilarious times, mate. You smoke your cones before you go. Now, Nimbin is a marvellous community. All us weirdos who didn't know where else to go came here to the last bus stop, and there's been some fantastic children and young people grow up here. She's not a child anymore, but one of the favourite daughters of Nimbin is Diana Arnaid. She's going to sing a few songs for you.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming out to support this incredibly important cause today and for the weekend. If you recognise these songs, that's because I wrote them. They might be a few years old now, but I'm going to start with one from '97. It's called I Go Off. 100,000 fireflies light up before me, and if I turn my head on to the side, they become my ceiling and the floor is slippery, but I am not scared because I dance with my guitar when my feet up there, and the lights are so bright and so unreal, and my fingers are bleeding, but I can't feel them. And if you think that I'm quiet, then you don't read my eyes, cause I've got a lot to say, and most of the time I'll go off. And if you don't believe that, well, I'll go off. You're not listening there. What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, hey, let me hear. So I tried, oh my God, I tried all the time in this institution. So I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, hey, hey, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? What's going on? 25 years and my life is still trying to get at that great big hill of hope for a destination. Thank you, I'm Diana Arnaid. Keep on fighting for your right to use marijuana.
That's what Nimbin can produce. The joint rolling finals are up in the hall, and then which is the party tonight? The Mardi Grass ball, terrific music after the joint rolling finals. I really want to thank the Polite crew, the Jungle Patrol, all the people who've volunteered and done so much over the weekend. There's no crowds now, we've got it going.
Unbelievable what he put into this community and into this silly, stupid war on drugs. Big, big legendary prize for me, Michael. Thanks, Michael. 3.5, 2, 2.25, and that's
Queen
it.
from Iran. What have we got here? It's a beautiful flower. Look at that.
It's a destroy.
Look at that, folks. Now, talk us through this, Bob. TV brings you The Voice, I bring you The Session. It's a parody on The Voice. Now, what were you trying to do with this? More here, eh? But it didn't work out.
It was going to be handcuffed. All the great gardeners that have gone before us.
Here's a little coffin, and inside there's a joint with War on Drugs on it, and it's in the coffin there because the War on Drugs effectively is dead. All those who think Corinne's beautiful flower should win from Iran, clap down. Massive applause. Those who like the inventive flair and pop commercialism are Bob the Joint Builders. Those who like Jane when she's in handcuffs. Those who like that the war on drugs has always and will be dead. Second place, Matthew from France. And first place, Bob the Joint Builder.
A 3-pack joint with a filter must be smokable. Bit of smoke coachy here. Some interest here. This is coming good. I like that up there Whitney's doing a bloody good job what she's done.
Beautiful moon.
People are shocked at how controlled they are. How controlled they are in this world.
This is the program.
Yeah.
So we're up to some music now.
Oh.
There, Sunday. Almost finished.
The economy is going down the drain, but they say it ain't. People losing houses cause they can't afford to pay the bank. They used to get paid 15, now they're making 8. Ain't a way to make it, so tell me how we can play it safe. There's no need to answer back, cause I know you won't. The chance of getting a response from anyone is the same as smoking weed and dying from an overdose. It won't happen, so you can keep on blowing smoke. Matter of fact, you should legalize it. Put a tax on it, watch your debt start declining. I think it'd be a better world, not as much violence. Alcohol is legal and people just keep on dying. Unemployment's at an all-time high. Telling cats that we've been through all 9 lives. Man, we barely got a chance and we're running out of lifelines. Hoping I can pay my bills as I sit and write rhymes. Damn, I think I seen the light. I hope I paid electric bill. It's gonna be a cold winter. Try my shoes on.
The bong water and then me rising up here. That's the chemical breed of THC crystal. And then up into the
beautiful bud.
People's hitting rock bottom, that's why they stay patient. Where's the president at? Probably on a vacation. We're supposed to keep calm and remain to stay patient. I think they all need to tune into the same station. The American dream, what's the definition? They say to buy a house, but you're better off renting.
I went into town and I went in and out of this big W store because I had nothing to do and it was huge, like it was one of the mega stores. They seen me going in and out and they thought that I was stealing stuff. So they took me into the manager's office and I was like, yeah, okay, no problems, go through my bag, I don't have anything. And I forgot that I left this little tiny bit of bud in a handkerchief and now I have to go to court.
Now remember, you gotta keep calm and remain and stay patient. So stay patient.
So much stuff to drink.
To the same station. They don't wanna F with you like an AIDS patient. Can't forget the gas and insurance for the car. You won't last unless your money had endurance from the start.
There's always the endless rearranging because it's a hands-on museum, so people are playing with it all the time.
I take a look at life, I read the closed captions. Closed casket, time flies past us. It's a crash course, who's the last laugh? Really in the heart, with so much passion. Volcanoes, mudslides and earthquakes. Soldiers in Iraq, celebrating birthdays. Who we running from? Where we heading to? The words of wisdom depends on who you send it to. If the world became eternal darkness, would everybody just give up and turn heartless? We got floods, hurricanes, and oil spill. Reality is hard to swallow like spoiled milk. We put a man on the moon, now that's a feat, but we can't seem to come up with a way to stop a leak. It's getting deep, but we just
The hemp embassy actually started in a box at the back of the Nimbin Museum. And one day Michael carried the box over here and put it down in the middle of the floor and it exploded. Painted the walls with all these wonderful posters.
Wow,
Is it fake? Man, I'd rather be surrounded by angels than to chill with snakes.
Somebody say we're all just living out our treehouse fantasies.
What a beautiful one this one is.
I always was one for big tree houses. I had a 3-story tree house when I was a kid.
What is the history of this doll?
Somebody brought it along for one Mardi Grass. The wig above it is Michael Balderstone, when he's pretending to be an undercover. He would love to be a clown.
What's the story with Jungle Patrol and Polite?
Activists, and we're the peacekeepers. Different but same. Same course.
The Office.
Oh, this is just where it is this week. We move around like that.
Not very sedentary, are we?
Like I always say, hemp embassy's like an iceberg. It's cool if you stay, it's cool if you leave.
So my story with cannabis, I'm 52 years old and started smoking at the age of 48.
You're 21.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. I was sick with a thyroid condition. I was in bed chronically. I had chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia and went to the West Indies. I was over there for 3 months smoking lots of yummy ganja from Jamaica and St. Lucia and all the beautiful islands of the West Indies. My test, as soon as I came back to the doctor here, everything was normal. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's what I say. And then I have cookies at night to sleep. What really has caused the healing is the fact that I can have a decent amount of sleep at night when I have some herb or have a cookie. And it gives me the amazing, amazing sleep that I've been craving for years. And the dream state. I do dream, so I don't know why they say it doesn't make you dream.
This is one of the most important things I think. This is a community grinder. I realised ages ago that all the flour we eat is old, been ground a month ago, and the vitamins all disappear in the first day or two. So here, I've got this organic wheat. I can grind it fresh and take it to the baker, and tomorrow morning I've got freshly ground flour turned into new loaves. It's magic. Totally different taste and I reckon goodness. One of our problems is the food we eat, all the processed crap. And who was the father of medicine? Hippocrates. He said, let your food be your medicine. Eat all this processed, we grow it full, we pack it with chemicals and hormones to make everything grow really quick. Doesn't matter if it's tasteless. It's all about appearance. It's that material world, how big and good it looks. Whereas really, the really organic good stuff, if it's got wormholes in it, you know it's good. The worms won't touch all that other chemical shit, but we're eating it. All these beautiful, shiny, big red apples without a wormhole, they wouldn't go near it, it'd kill them. So it's really interesting. We've sort of lost the plot. And the processing thing, make it easy. Process it, mix them all up. We can improve on nature. So the more natural it is, the better it is for you. It's got to be whole food. Ideally, it's local and fresh as. Grow your own, make a garden. If anything, the one true teacher we've got is nature.
That's right.
Having a garden's better than going to school, I think. Good wheat. This is grown about 50 kilometres away at Kyoto. I'm grinding 5 kilos and then I'll make 10 loaves of bread.
I'm here with Michael Balderstone, the president of the Hemp Embassy, and much more. So Michael, what is it like being the head face of the Mardi Grass?
To tell you the truth, I'm quite shy of it and I wouldn't mind being invisible and I'd wear a wig except then no one could find. I'm not that comfortable being out front spokesperson. It's a weakness I've got, I don't know. I don't mind the organising it bit and can sort of get it all together. To be the face of it always and the spokesperson, it's a movement. That's why I'm shy of it. I know how full of shit I am. So, it doesn't make anything special.
And Michael, what is your main goal as in the activist in all this?
It's really the injustice and what comes from these bad laws that sort of spurs me on. And because working in the street of Nimbin pretty much every day, it's in my face the whole time. This so-called drug war, which is only on certain drugs, not owned by the pharmaceutical companies, if you like. The consequences are so shocking and it's in my face every day. I just want to see this, the whole drug use issue on the planet treated as a health issue like it is. People only use drugs to try to feel good. Less pain, feel better. How can it be a criminal offence? It's a very sick industry fighting over the profits from the pain relief.
And Michael, just lastly, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Maybe there's heaps of options for your life. I am a bit fatalistic, but also every great truth seems to be a balance of two opposites. I think you've got to enjoy your life, which I think is the purpose. When you're happy, having a good time, you don't question what's the purpose of life. It's really self-evident. To do that, I think you sort of have to follow your heart. You have to feel good about yourself. So I'd be doing something to either help the planet or help the people. And they're all the same thing. It seems like we're the same thing. We're made up of this dirt. And, we've just got to get back into harmony with each other and the earth. So I don't think I'd be out on the Sea Shepherd. I'm not that good on the sea, but I'd be in there fighting for the forests in a flash. But human rights, I think because I ended up living here in Nimbin, it's so in my face, the consequences of the stupid drug war. That's what I got into it. If I was living in the forest, in a perfect little dream paradise with a perfect woman and happy little family, I haven't seen many of them, I'd probably fight for the trees. Don't know. I'd be finding something useful to do, and there's a million opportunities out there nowadays.
Let's hope that everything changes and we don't have to fight anymore and everything just stops and is heaven.
It's coming. Awareness is growing quickly. I think we're entering a whole new age. And, understanding frees you, and the internet is a huge vehicle in this change, and modern day communications where people have to learn to put in words what they've learned and can share knowledge. Even the most isolated people are learning what the other people are doing now. We live in an amazing moment.
Yeah, very true.
I'm back to the grinder. I'll pour it into this bag too. When I lived in Greece, I lived in Patmos for 2 years next to a mill. It was all wood and they'd hook a donkey up to it. It'd go round and round all day in the stone mill. Everyone would bring their flour and they'd maybe do that once a week. But the tribal people used to grind it at night. You see the Africans doing every night's dinner. Then you get the maximum nutrition and vitamins. You can't store stuff and think, it hasn't changed.
No, fresh, raw.
We're turned into little plump puddings. We're spoiled to death couch potatoes.
Yeah. And we need THC.
We do.
It's missing.
THC is in our makeup. It has been forever, it seems. You can see, full of nutrition, full of protein. When you eat in. Beautiful.
Magic.
What a good thing, eh?
Yeah.
Now if you put that straight into the water and started kneading it, now it'd be probably the ultimate. Some people say leave it a little bit. I don't think so. I think it makes sense. I'll put this all back together.
I became involved and I have not really walked away from it since. Now I'm going to have Michael document the Mardi Grass. We're going to make a diary of how it goes from beginning to end.
Middle fingers up, let it drop. That bass just made me deaf. I feel it in my chest. I'm asking where's the sex? Can't feel my face, all I feel is bass. Yes, so I'm jumping in this place cause I'm feeling fresh. You taste the bud when you smell my sex. This ain't dumb. This never gonna quit when I'm on that shit. Roll up another blunt and take another hit. Always getting lit off the split. Then I rip, welly grip. To get high, can't see me roll. I'm getting good dome and blazing hydro, and I'ma never quit. You better back down, cause we don't back down. No, we don't back down.
Don, if you could just explain to us about this energy.
The solar, basically these panels that are on the roof here, they feed power into the grid.
And this board here gives you readouts of the power that the solar is producing. Now all those systems that you see in town, they all produce power and it feeds into the grid essentially and lowers the energy consumption of Nimbin overall. Back to sunny Melbourne.
Grey Melbourne. They lied. As they lied about cannabis being bad. Beautiful. So this is...
It helps to keep the building cool because you've got a water feature here. We keep the sun off this part of the building. In the summertime we leave the doors open and this helps to cool the building so we don't need air conditioning.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, no problem.
Sadly, we can advertise alcohol, not the natural medicine cannabis.
They told you you would cry. Just look at them and sigh. And say I love you.
Now raise that. Mini sound dog fake, not fake. That y'all fake rap, we straight crap. So we gon' tear it down. Middle fingers up.
I'm here with Elspeth Jones, who will speak to us a little bit about the Mardi Grass. How did you get involved in the Mardi Grass?
Oh, it was years ago. This is the 20th, and I remember the first one back in 1992, and it was just a small march. And that year there was lots of marches in town. There was a Birth and Beyond march, there was a women's march, there was a kids march, there was a anti-prohibition march. And I remember we all gathered down at the Bush Theatre. Everyone had spelt prohibition wrong, we weren't used to it in those days. The whole town got involved, like it did in everything, and I was just a part of that. And also, it was so obvious that something needed to be done about the drug laws, and it was a good cause. It was a right cause. I think that's what made me stay involved. And also being able to do signs and what have you. I had a niche, I was able to fall into the duty of doing the posters and what have you, and that, like, everyone had their job, and my job was sort of posters and bits and pieces, and gradually more people come on board and do their own, and that's great. But in those days it was a much smaller march. If you look at that first one, it was only about 50 or 60 people, locals walking down the street, and it grew from there, and now it's so huge that I'm thinking to actually pass the baton of sort of decorating halls and things onto someone who knows a lot about lighting and things, because it's beyond.
Yeah, I saw you need a lot of help.
Yeah, you do need help, but I wouldn't mind if someone else even did it. I quite like doing the poster and stuff like that, you know. But I think climbing ladders up, 10 metres is just beyond me now.
And Elspeth, overall, what are your feelings about all this and what do you hope to achieve?
Well, I think I'd like to achieve better drug laws, or no drug laws at all. It's really a case between the medicinal cannabis, between the doctor and the patient. It shouldn't have anything to do with politics. It should have nothing to do with profits or copyrights or the pharmaceuticals. It should just be a choice. It should be a plant growing in your garden if you want it. For me, the drug laws are just a global scam. They pay for terrorism, they pay for everything that can't be got legitimately. That's why it's important for governments to keep it illegal, because it really just pays for all the problems that they're too scared to sort of do with their own money. So I think by legalising it, it would cut out a lot of misery, it would stop a lot of families being stressed. It would, I think, actually lessen the use of drugs, because the whole prohibited thing wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be a rebellious thing to take drugs. It would just be for medicine or for stress and for recreation, but not in a way that's harmful. I want it to be legal. That's what I hope to achieve, and I want a better world for it.
The Emperor Wears No Clothes. I haven't actually read it, but I've seen synopsis and things about it on the internet.
It's full of stuff. So in that book it talks about how the CIA in the 60s used pot as a truth drug, because they reckon people would smoke it and everyone tell the truth, become a child again, tell the truth. They had to stop using it, the story goes, because people got the munchies and the giggles. One of my other favourite stories on hemp, in the old days, in the 16th century it was a law, you had to grow a patch of hemp in your back garden, and it was so critical. Everyone had a spinning wheel, they're weaving hemp, they're making clothes and using it in building and eating the seed. I have no doubt that I'm smoking it, because there's a great story of how do you get the kids to sleep at night, those little English houses with tiny windows and doors. This is what it says in the book. Go out in the garden, snap off a hemp branch, just put it over the fire a bit, and the smoke in the room, put all the kids to sleep. I love it, so simple. herbal remedies. I tell you that I really loved it. In those days, hemp makes the best paper, and it was the clothing. So outside the paper factories, they'd have these huge baskets or big vats, and when people's clothes were worn out, they'd chuck them in there, and it all just goes into the mash, turned into paper. So simple. It's an amazing plant. It's competition for a lot of big profit businesses.
As are the
It's all
coca.
about the dollar, as we know.
And as are the coca plant and the poppy plant, as you
Yeah,
explained.
the opium poppy and the coca plant and the cannabis plant were in all the medicines. One or more of them was in every medicine 100 years ago. Look at the trade in them now. The Taliban grows 93%, the UN report says, of the world's heroin supply. Best painkiller on the planet, illegal. The coca industry in South America, as we all know what's happened there, and the cannabis. Anyway, it's the biggest business on the planet now, illicit drugs, biggest turnover, all drugs and armaments, and they're all mixed up. What looked simple to me at first when I came to Nimbin, you know, shit, I think this is insane, you know, this should be legal, it was so obvious. And I'm watching all these kids get criminal records and get locked up and get mean and turn into gangsters. Normal kids, just because of the money, it's their money. And I thought, yeah, we can change the laws, and now I realise, you know, this is huge. These are the Earth's sacred plants. Illegal because people don't want to show the truth. Cheers.
See you soon, soon everyone.
Get out of here, you great girl.
And drink the benefits of cannabis medicine. There's no stopping now. They just wanna get higher. Nobody's getting lower. Another easy out medicine material, free of human energy, dispersing more about what's wrong with nature.
Michael Balderstone and Jim Moylan in Melbourne. So what are we up to now, Michael?
We're up to trying to work this mobile phone, so I need to clearly learn to get with the new age. So it looks like I think we're going to head back to Sydney today and maybe talk to Dr. Andrew Cavallaris and a couple of people in Sydney. And Jim's organised the Victorian branch of the Australian HEMP Party.com. Next big mission, I think, is to sort of get more members, get a bit of a club happening, and work on getting a candidate for the next election. There's a lot of impetus and a lot of enthusiasm for it all since the changes in America. Washington State and Colorado, fully legal, re-legalised pot for everyone. I mean, that's a dream. So maybe we have to start off a bit smaller, but I think that'll make a lot of change and create a lot of ripples.
Go HEMP Party.
Yeah, it's happening.